questions. Okay, so 3 days to go, everyone, and we're really excited to have you being part of the conference. This is really a collaborative grassroots effort and a fun way to kind of grow your professional learning network and meet people from around the world. I really, really, really want you to take advantage of the networking tools that are in the conference, so that serendipity happens for you during the 2-day event. So that's my little spiel, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and my slides with you. And I'm going to give you a bunch of links too at some point. The first one, these are the slides that I'm using, and I'll give you the link to those because I think that, you might want to look at them later on. And oh, Effie, thank you so much for creating a Facebook event and inviting people. That's great. That's a great idea. That's awesome. And I'm looking at my comments here, and we have an AI person. We have Otter taking notes, which is also a brilliant idea, Nikki. I use speaking of AI, I use something called Adify, which summarizes YouTube videos, and then I'll do that for this recording, and it'll have a summary and the notes of the YouTube video when I'm done editing it, just as an FYI. So there's the slides in the chat, and I'm going to go ahead and get started and give you some we're off to a great start here. It looked like some of the text got kind of moved around the last time I did this. So let me try again. So the first thing I want to go over is the presenter's toolkit. Some of the presentation requirements, or strong suggestions is probably a better word. Give you a guided tour of Hopin so that you feel comfortable with the platform. We'll drop into a session. We'll view a stage. I don't think there are too many people here that are presenting on stage, but I'll show you what it looks like just so you understand. And then we'll have some time for Q&A. And if you want to throw stuff into the chat and while we're going, that's totally fine. This is really kind of an informal time for you to get comfortable with the platform and ask any questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question either with this. So, please feel free to interrupt me. So the presenter's toolkit is a document that has been sent to you in the email confirmation for the conference, and I've sent it in other many of my many communications. And so you may already have this, and it's a pretty loaded document with just about everything you could possibly want to know about the conference. It is overwhelming. I understand it probably could use a little bit of editing, but I want to make sure that you have everything that you need. And that's probably a place to consult if you're having issues or you're not sure where to find something. And then the second place to ask would be in our WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp group, or that we have a group in our community called the Presenters Group. Either of those places are a good place to ask questions that are, low level kinds of questions, and somebody will pop in and answer. It might become, the answer might come from another presenter, or it might come from me, but right now this is kind of like peak conference time for me, so it's hard for me to answer a lot of questions that could be answered if you read the materials. So in teacher world, we tend to say, 3 before me. So look at, ask 3 people before you come to me, because the next couple of days are really intense in terms of trying to get the word out and help everybody with, major technical problems and that sort of thing. So just an FYI. Let's take a look at the toolkit for 2 seconds so that you know what it looks like. This is the document, and I will also throw that in a chat for you. It is, you can expand it here in the left-hand window so that you can jump around, or you can use the navigation that's in the middle of the page. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of this index here, preparing for the conference, and I'd like to show you a couple things here that I think are really important. And then I'm jumping ahead in our agenda a little bit, but I think this is important. if you have any changes that have to be done, the end of business tomorrow, let me know by then, which would be, sometime tomorrow. If you have any major changes, let me know as soon as possible. I'd like to be able to leave the weekend is a breather for everyone. There are slides that you can use that we have a template for, and I'll show you how to get to that. You don't have to use all of the slides. You can use your own, design that you want to use, but there are a couple slides that we definitely want you to include for sure, as a courtesy to our benefactors and that sort of thing. So there's a copy in English and in Spanish. When you click on this link here, it's going to force copy and make a slide deck for you. And you just click on make a copy and it makes a copy of that template. It's a nice little Google link trick that I can tell you about some other time. Somebody had a hard time in the WhatsApp group doing this last night. I'm not sure what her story, what the story was. I think maybe her school didn't allow this or something in their Google account. So I just made a copy and sent it to her. And I can do that if you have any major problems, but that's the only time I've heard of somebody not being able to do that. So these are what the slides look like. The black ones we'd like you to use. The one that I think is the most important to use is our benefactor slide. And if you have already created your slide deck, you may not have caught some of our new sponsors that came on board within the last week, which is Digital Promise and the NEA Foundation. So you may not have, if you got the slide deck a month ago, you may not have those sponsors in there, and you may want to throw this slide into your slide deck and delete the old one. So these are just slides that we recommend. Again, like I'm not going to be the slide police and tell you can or cannot do anything, but these are some suggestions. One of the things that's really important when you're presenting online is helping everybody feel acclimated and at home and giving people time to get settled in your session. And in our previous iteration, the Global Education Conference, we used to have a map that we would put in every session. And there was a tool that everyone could use where you could put a little dot on the map where you were. And it was a great way to kind of see the range of people and locations that were in one of our sessions. Hopin doesn't have a similar tool to that, and Blackboard Collaborate went bye-bye a while ago. So I just thought it would be fun to put up a map and then in the chat ask people to indicate where they are as a kind of an icebreaker. Again, you don't have to use this. It's just, having something to get people acclimated and actively participating in your session is one way to go about it. There are some other slides in here that we designed last year, and you can use them or not use them. We would like you at the end to throw in something about the session recordings, where people can find them. And there is a survey that's a little bit more detailed of an evaluation than the one that's kind of built into Hopin. So we want to make sure people know about that and take, give us some feedback. It's really important in terms of improving things. So that's one part of the presenter's toolkit that's important to know. And I'm going to stop for a minute and look at the questions. We have, oh God, Effie, it's 3 a.m. in Greece. Oh my goodness, 5 a.m. for Stephen and UAA. Oh my gosh, you guys are great for coming. Thank you. And Alara, you're in Thailand. Oh my goodness. Thank you for coming, waking up early and being here. I appreciate it, really. So for people who are on the stage, you can put a background up, but people who are presenting in session rooms, there is not a way to do that. There is a way to blur your background, and I'll try and remember to put the link in here, but it's also in the Rings. Hopin is now called Ring Central, and there's a help section, and it tells you how to blur it, and I'll try and find the link and put it in here. There's a pre-event check when you join a session. It's, you can do this as well, just to make sure your audio and video is working. this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. We do have recordings of previous training sessions here. We'll have another one when we're done with this. We also have created a sandbox site if you want to go into that and experiment without anybody around. It's okay if you go into your session room now and experiment as well. In the real conference, it's not going to, it's going to record it, but it's going to record it as a rehearsal. And I can usually tell when I publish your actual session, which one is your real session. So you don't need to stress out about that. Accessing your room is something that's really important. And this I sent out yesterday, this spreadsheet of every single session that is going on. There are a couple things that you should know about this. One, I have the times in here for Central Time because that's my time zone. So I know what I'm doing when I'm sleep deprived. But there's also a link for Greenwich Mean Time. So if you're not sure of how things translate, and this is a huge global skill, like I still don't quite get it. I think there's like 37 different time zones that are not 24. And, some time zones are like on the half hour, and there's all sorts of craziness with it. So it's hard to learn, and having a tool like timeanddate.com to do that for you really helps. I also just throw things into Google. I say like, what time is it? If it's 6 a.m. in Chicago, what time is it in London? And it usually will pop up the answer. So Google is good for just about anything, and including time zone conversions. So these links in here are not for the public. They're for you. They let you go into your session. I don't know why there's a particular link, because in session rooms, you can also go in through the schedule, through the public schedule. And if you scroll over here, you should see the link, and we'll go into some of these in a minute, and that will take you right into your session room. You can also go in through the schedule, through the website. And as we found with one person yesterday, it's helpful to go into the site ahead of time and make sure that you're logged in with a proper account, and then click on this link. One group was having difficulty yesterday, and I think it's probably the Hopin support people thought it was probably because they hadn't accessed the website yet, the conference portal, the conference Hopin site. So if you're having issues with that, think about that. Also, I helped someone today who had 2 different accounts and registered twice, and that was causing some issues too. He wasn't sure, which account he was logged in with. And so we deleted one that it was actually misspelled too. So he's probably not getting emails at that account that were sent to him. But we just deleted that account, and then he was fine. So if you're running in, those are the issues that I've seen so far. I copied and pasted all these links in here I exported the schedule from Hopin, but it doesn't it doesn't come with the links. So I had to go and copy and paste every single link into the spreadsheet. I think I did it correctly. Check your room to make sure that that's your room, that I didn't like copy and paste, the same link into 2 fields or, 2 cells by accident. So, that would be really helpful on your end if you can check that for me. I think things are I haven't made too many mistakes yet. So I think we should be good with that. So this was sent to you along with kind of final instructions and thoughts about the conference in an email. I've also have it in a Google Doc. If you've lost that email, I can always give it to you. But that's the scoop on that. I need to link this schedule in the presenters toolkit, and I'll probably do that tonight or tomorrow. Any questions? Should co-presenters go through the link here? Yes, they should. They can. Either way is fine. And if you're on a stage, you definitely want to go through these links. Everybody needs to. Stages are different, and I'll show you what they look like. So I might as well just show you what a session room in a stage looks like right now. So I'm going to go into Hopefully I didn't just delete Jill's thing. There we go. So I'm going to go into this room. And this is a session room. And I can tell if it's, what the title of the room is, because the title is in the upper left-hand corner. Okay. And down below is the session description and the actionable advice. And you may see a red badge over here that says something about nothing is recorded until you interact with the page. A lot of people can't report that they can't hear things, and it's because they haven't touched that red badge yet. For me, it pops up every once in a while because I've been in these rooms a lot. So you may not see it. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But it pops up over here on the left-hand side, and you do need to click it or click somewhere on on the website to interact with it. Last year we had these sessions moderated. We had them kind of locked down. This year we made them completely open so that it's, you don't need me to do anything. And everyone will have the ability to turn on their audio and their video. You may want to start your session by asking people to mute until your Q&A. You'll see them on the right-hand side of your page. You also, the other odd thing that's different about Hopin versus Zoom, there's an eyeball up in the right-hand corner, and that means one person is watching the session, but they're not necessarily in it. Then you'll see on another number over here, and it says 1 out of 50. That means 50 people in a session room can have their audio and video on, and there's right now 1 does. So you may see people who are watching your session, but they're not actually in it with their audio and video on. That's because they have not activated that blue button that, for their audio and video. You may want to encourage people, if you want interactivity, to turn on their video. They don't have to turn on their audio, but they could turn on their video. And you'll be able to see, how many people are there. Those people who are watching will also be able to look at, are also seeing your session chat. So you can ask them to, interact in the session chat if you want to, and that sort of thing. So I just want to make sure that you are aware of that. Yes. Yes, please do. If you don't want them to have audio and video on, ask them to turn it off until the Q&A. I would probably just ask them to turn off their audio for sure. Yes, Cindy, absolutely. Sometimes the red box will appear in the bottom left. Just click on it and it goes away. Yeah, and a lot of people get thrown by that. It says something on it very explicitly what to do. I can't remember what it says, but it says like, click on here to interact with the page, something like that. You can see down here, there's some tools that will be available to you. There is a new thing called Confetti. RingCentral just bought this, and I don't know how to get Confetti to work. I don't have it disabled. But if you click on here, you're very concerned about distractions, both video and audio, when people are on phones. I don't know if there are going to be a lot of people on phones, Julie. I have not seen that happen. I've not seen a lot of people on phones in our conference in general. People are usually on their computers. So, all the folks from Africa will be. So what you can say is, yeah, so I would go ahead, Julie, and say that too. Say for this part of the presentation, we'd like everybody to turn off their audio and video. That's totally fine. And then what's the other question here? The link takes me to the registration page, not the room. That's because you haven't, Effie, you have not accessed, this is what happened to Mary yesterday. You need to enter the conference site and log in first, and then you won't have that problem. That's what we discovered. I'm also going to show you how to, can I mock them? Dan, can you mock them if they don't realize they kept their mic on? No, Dan, you can't do that. I don't know if mocking would be socially acceptable. So there's some tools down here. device settings, this is where you can turn off your audio and video. If you're a presenter, this is the blur tool. So if you want to make your background blurry, which seems to make mine completely go away, you can click on that link, or that little blurry blob. And then to present, you click on the open share menu. You can share a YouTube video. You can share your screen. My suggestion is there are 3 options for this: Chrome tab, window, entire screen. My suggestion is that you have your slides open in another tab and that you open your slides in a tab. Don't try the entire screen. Maybe Windows okay. I don't know. I like this method best. So you can see here are all my tabs. I usually have at least 50 open, and one of them is a copy of our slides. So I click on that tab, I click on share, and it's going to switch to that slide deck, but I'm still in Hopin. So if I click on share, you can see that I switched to that slide deck and I can start my slideshow and click through it and do it. Notice that there are a couple of things to notice here. My Hopin tab is still here. You can see the little red recording symbol in the upper right-hand corner, and I can switch back there, okay? But also notice that these tabs open up here in my browser, and your browser should be Chrome. Chrome is going to get you the best results. So if you stop, I just stopped sharing. Let me go back and share again. So I'm going to go to open share menu, share screen, click on my slide deck in a Chrome tab and click share. And I can, and see how it says sharing this tab to the app hopin.com. I can click back and forth and go back and forth between them. So right now you might be thinking, oh, I can't see the chat or anything. Well, you can take a pause and you can go back here and you can see everything. Okay. So I would recommend, sharing to a tab rather than the whole screen. You may want to experiment with this and decide what's best for you, but that would be my suggestion. I think this is the smoothest way to operate your slides. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go back to my session. There are breakout rooms. Now, I was helping someone today and he didn't see any of these tools. I don't know why. They should be there for everyone. So I'm going to send a note to Hopin to ask them about that. And so you can send people, like if you're doing a longer workshop, that we have a few people doing 90-minute workshops, which is a new thing here. And I hope that we get participants who are going to stick with it for 90 minutes. You can use the breakout feature if you're having small group discussions, just like you would in Zoom. There's a call to action button. And what this does is you have to enable them. They're here. You have to click on the tool Effie and make the breakout rooms. It's the tool is there. It should be there for everyone. Okay. And so the session, this is called a call to action. You can put something like, visit our website. And you can give a title to the button and you can put in a link and a descriptor and say how long you want it to show up for. And show banner, and there's a little banner that pops up on the right-hand side. So this call to action feature is really nice if you want to direct people to your website or to the slides that you're sharing or any other kind of resource like that. There is also a new thing called confetti, and maybe if I share my slides, it will work. It literally popped up the other day and I was like, what is this? So here I am sharing my slides, and then maybe if I go back to this tab and I click on enable confetti, yeah, there it goes. There's the confetti, which is a little silly. So I think this should be available to you if you want to use it, or you can disable it. That's my understanding. Yes, the future is now. Isn't it fun? Yeah, I like it too. And I don't know if you've been in Zoom and have an iPhone and you can do things now with gestures and on Apple things that makes fireworks go off. It's crazy. So this is a little similar to that. So really, these rooms are pretty simple. You can see right now that two people are in the room. I don't know who the other person is, but there's somebody else in here. It looks like, or maybe I'm in there. I'm in. Oh, you know why that's there? Because I'm sharing the screen. That's why. If I stop sharing, then it's going to go down to 1. So that is what a room looks like. I'm going to go and show you while I'm here what a stage looks like really quickly. Stages are here. This is where the public will see them. And there'll be, when sessions are live, there'll be a little red tag here that says live, and same with stages, so people know where to go. We have 5 stages, a keynote stage, 2 featured stages, and or 2 Spanish stages and a featured stage. And they'll be live at different points during the day. People who are presenting on stages don't go to this public part to be on stage. They have to click on the link in that spreadsheet, and it's going to take them to the backstage. If you are a featured speaker, there's likely to be another speaker right before you. We want all of our sessions to go 50 minutes with a 10-minute break. Sometimes people go over. So you can come in at any time to the backstage and start getting ready without being on camera. So this is what the stage looks like. This technology is StreamYard. StreamYard was bought by Hopin before RingCentral bought Hopin. And we have to be in the room. Cindy, I, or B have to be in the room to put you on stage at the right time and to hit the go live button. What you will do as a stage person is you'll come in and you'll just wait here till we're ready to help you. We'll add you to the stage. You will upload your slides, which takes 2 seconds. It's not a big deal. And your slides will be up here, ready for you to click through. I don't upload your slides because I think then I can only control them. I want you to upload your slides so that you can control them. And you can just go through your slides. We have different layouts if you want to try any of these. And we also have a way to do banners. So this is an example of a banner, and the public chat is under comments. There's also a private chat where people who are backstage can communicate with each other. So we have, some people have like somebody who's not going to be part of the presentation, but who's helping, they can come and hang out back here. We can have up to 10 people backstage and put whomever up, multiple people up at a time. Notice that your slides kind of pop up as another person almost back here. And, we can toggle back and forth between people and slides really easily. What you see here is not what you will have entirely, because it's only open to administrators, like the banners and that sort of thing. But you can tell us what to do and we can throw up your banner, ahead of time. Okay. So that's what a slide looks like. I see that there's one comment. Oh, yeah, it's little things that make life cool. Like you, Cindy, you make life cool. Thank you. And if you've not met Cindy Lane before, she's one of the most positive people I know. I'm so excited to have her here and helping, and we're going to have fun next week. All right, so let's see what else I have not covered. Why don't I just, since I'm here in the conference platform, I might as well give you the grand tour. So right now you're looking at the stages. I'm going to go back here. This is what you should see when you log in to the conference site. And you should probably do this before you try to go in your session room, just so that you're in the system and you know that it works. This is our reception page. It's kind of the home page where everything important is. So you'll notice that in the center, on the left-hand side, there's buttons that are for navigation. And on the right-hand side, there's a chat and some other tools. And in the middle is a description of the event. I'll probably put some links to our various lounges in here. There's the schedule, which is searchable. And it is also filterable using this filter tool. So if I wanted to find all the sessions on climate change education, I could click on here and see them all in one fell swoop. Notice that there's a tab for November 13th and a tab for November 14th. Okay. And you can clear that, filter and go back and see everything. We have 57 sessions on Monday and 88 on Tuesday. I think that's more than last year, which is amazing. And then the next tab is our sponsors. We really want you to visit the sponsors' sites and look at their resources. They're going to be in the expo at designated times, which are 4 o'clock Central on Monday and 1 p.m. Central on Tuesday. That is dedicated expo time where you can go meet these people and learn about their work. They would love for you just to say hi and connect. And you can visit their websites by clicking on these badges here. The next tab is speakers. And this, I really, 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 again, want to make sure that you guys are connecting to other people. All of these speakers are incredible. All of you out there are incredibly gifted and have something to offer this community. And you can see that our speakers here have LinkedIn profiles and or Twitter and websites linked to their profiles. And you can click on this and you can go and say, oh, I'd like to meet Jennifer Klein. And that link is not working. We'll have to check that. Or here's Casey. You can go and you can, that's not working either. We'll have to figure it out. Maybe it's because the site's not live. That one's working. I'll have to go and check those other ones. So we want you to connect to other people and get to know them. And this is one place where you can see all the speakers in one place. Okay. And while I'm here, if I don't have your picture, send it to me and I'll throw it up here and edit your speaker profile. You cannot edit your speaker profile. I have to do it. So you feel free to send me your picture if it's not there. Okay, so that's the reception page. And to get back up to the top, you can click on description and you'll be back at the top. Note that also on the right-hand side, there's a quick button for the schedule. If you want the schedule to pop up and be a little bit more readable, that's another option too. So you can access the schedule here. You can access the schedule here. And I'm pretty sure you can go into your sessions from the schedule when it's live. Maybe not now, but when it's live, you will be able to. Or you can use the link that I gave you in the spreadsheet. I already talked about the stages, which is the next one. Sessions will also be listed here. We have 3 lounges. We have a presenter's lounge where you can go in and just hang out and practice or whatever during the conference. There's a help lounge where people can go for help. Hopefully will be helpful. And then there's a room for Spanish speakers so that they can hang out together as well. Below that, these ones will be open the whole conference. And then general sessions are here. And, you know, you'll see a little live red sticker that will indicate which ones are live. And I think I have it set up to have them appear on this page maybe a half an hour before their sessions, I think. So just know that's there. Networking, we have a tool called Speed Networking that's open to certain ticket types. It's kind of like speed dating. You're matched with another person based on your interests, and you can have little meetings with people. It's kind of a fun tool, way to get to know people and that sort of thing. The expo is where our sponsors will be. You can click on the booth and go in, and in this case, they're going to have a session room that's not recorded where people can come in and meet them. There's also, you can click on their links and, you know, they're offering a discount on something. I'm not sure exactly what, maybe it's on a course. And then there's a chat and other things that you can follow their Twitter feed. and that sort of thing when you're in a booth. These booths will be, will be open the whole conference, but they'll be manned by somebody at specific times during the conference. So just an FYI. And then replay is the tab where you're going to see recordings. We'll try to publish them as soon as they happen, but sometimes we're busy and we'll do it as ASAP in general. They will be open and available to everyone through the end of the week, and then paid ticket levels will have access to them through for the next 6 months. The keynotes will be available on YouTube. So that's there. And then, okay, so that's the left-hand navigation. We've talked about the reception page, and then I see some questions are coming in. So let me say something here. Can a co-presenter share the screen? Let me go back here. Can you just log in and stay logged in? Yeah, absolutely, Julie. I am logged in like all the time, so I never log out. Does the main presenter have to start the session? On a stage, Jackie, we have to start it for you. And I think somebody's going to have to, let's say you put the slides up, Jackie. I don't think your co-presenter can control them. I could be wrong on that. And so you may have to say next slide, whatever. Or you could both upload the same copy of the slides and then, and switch them out if you wanted to while you were talking. I don't know if that would be helpful or not. You can share a screen. Yes, you can do that. You can share a screen or on a stage. Absolutely. And the 50% off is the Institute for Humane's Education's online solutionary micro-credential program. That's nice. That's cool. I hope you get some takers on that, Julie. And then talking about co-presenters, can all 3 presenters be co-hosts like in Zoom? We want to be able to go around the breakout rooms. Yes, you all are listed as presenters and have access in a session room to the controls, as far as I can tell. You might want to go in and check though, and see. But I don't know why that I feel like session rooms are more collaborative in general than stages, and so you won't be able to control another person's slides per se, I don't think, but you can screen share and go into the breakout rooms and all that, I think, together. You don't see a login tab on the registration page. You should have gotten a confirmation from LinkedIn when you registered. Have you clicked on that link from when you registered, Effie?
I have to look all through the emails and find out.
Okay, because it shouldn't be a big deal. At the end of this, I can log out and log back in as an attendee and show you what it might look like. But you should be able to log in. There should be like a blue link or tab that says enter the event. I believe. Okay. On the right-hand side, I want to go through this really quickly. This is an expandable window chat area. So like when you're presenting in a session room, you may want to collapse it if you want more screen real estate. There are 2 tabs at the top. One is for the event, one is for my agenda. So what happens with the event is that there's some sub tabs. There's a chat. There's a poll feature. I have not enabled any polls yet. There's a people feature where you can see who's part of the conference. And we want to encourage you to look through here and say, oh, there's Mina. I want to meet her and connect to her. So you can schedule a meeting with her. You can send her a message. You can also, there's 3 dots on the right-hand side. You can block a person if you find them annoying. We've never had somebody kicked out of here, but if there's somebody who's disruptive for some strange reason, you can report a user here. So this is the people tab, and you can, I encourage you to browse through here and look for people who might be good collaborators or people that you want to meet with. You can search for people's names. you can use the filtering mechanism here and find just speakers, for example. And so you can click on here and, schedule a meeting right in our platform. You can invite to a video call, which I didn't want to do. Sorry. Sorry, Stephanie. I didn't mean to do that. She's probably thinking, what is Lucy doing? I thought there was going to be another step before I actually did it. So hopefully, can I get rid of it? Guess not. Anyway, I invited her to a call. Let's hope it didn't, hope I'm not disturbing her. Let's see, there's gotta be a way to get rid of it. Oh, well, she's going to get my note. So this area here, we do, think about how you want to connect with people. Notice that like Mary here has her picture and her profile in here. You can tell she's online right now in here because that green dot is next to her name. She's also in this room. And you can see Matt's profile right below her. Matt hasn't put anything into his personal profile. And I'll show you where to do that. And this is different than your speaker profile. You control your speaker profile, your personal profile. I control your speaker profile. Don't ask me why. I wish it was one and the same. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a circle and it says edit profile. And you want to make sure you can control your privacy settings. You can indicate your interests, and, change your avatar and all that sort of thing here. So you might want to make sure that's filled out too, so that people, if they're looking at your profile, they know a little bit about you. You'll see a place for Q&A. So if there are general questions that everybody would benefit from, you can pose them here and we'll answer them. There's also a tab for our Twitter feed here. And then next to event, you're going to see my agenda. And this is a way you can go into the schedule and you can bookmark sessions that you want to go to and you don't want to miss. With every hour, for the most part, we have the ability to recommend a session. And so we've done that for our featured speakers and for our benefactors, where we've had the room to do it. So those recommended sessions pop up automatically in the agenda for people. But the people can add their own bookmarks in here as well. And you do that by going to the schedule, finding an event you want to go to, and then clicking the little bookmark tool and it pops up in your agenda. So we recommend that people kind of go in here ahead of time and look at things and say, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that, and add it to their schedule so that they have, a plan for the conference. So the last thing I'll say about this, and then we'll turn to Q&A. There is a menu on the right-hand side. Mine might look a little different for you because I'm an organizer, but there is a help button here. And this is really important. RingCentral, there is a email support@hopin.com. They say they're not sure if it works still. It's worked for me when I've sent a help ticket in, but the new way that they want people to submit help tickets is to come here. And you can search for information. And in fact, I really recommend looking at some of the things under the presenter tab here. You can search here for how to do something. But then if you're totally, if there's some technical issue that I cannot answer for you, and frankly, I would rather you go here for technical issues than to me. Click on support in the right-hand corner and you can, there's a bot at first, but then there's an option to contact RingCentral/Hopin directly. And during the day, they get, for the most part, they get back pretty quickly. It's not immediate. Sometimes there's a live person here for me, but I don't know if that's for everyone. I think it's just because I'm an organizer. So if you click on get in touch, then you can leave a message, put your name, email address in the subject. You don't have to worry about the payment plan. They're just trying to do kind of triage on who gets, help. fastest. And then you put it in here and they'll get back to you via email. They're pretty good in general. And we frankly have not had a lot of technical issues. The one, one or two times there's been issues with audio in the session rooms. If people leave and come back, that generally solves the problem. But that's really kind of about it. So let me go back to this area, make sure, there's one more thing here that's kind of cool. There is chat support is for me as a organizer. There is a language tool here, and it's not every language. I don't see Greek on here. Sorry, Effie. But there's Dutch, English, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Polish, and Portuguese and Spanish. And you can change the interface of the conference platform to your desired language, and that might help you navigate a little bit better if you speak a language other than English. It's not going to change. It's not going to translate everything, obviously, in the whole platform, but at least the navigation so that you can get around a little bit easier. That is there, and I think that's kind of a nice feature to have. So I'm going to stop sharing, and any questions, anything, concerns, anything that you need me to answer for you.
Do you have some specific advice if you're putting on a YouTube in the middle and you have it embedded and it seems to work right from the video? Should I worry about it not working? I mean, we practiced.
We had more issues with YouTube when we used Blackboard Collaborate. And let me go into a room and look at this for a second. So there is an audio share option that I've noticed in session rooms. And I don't know if it makes a big difference or not. So if you click on YouTube video, you just put the link in there and it plays. It should work. Okay.
So you think you should do it through there, not through the...
Yeah, you could practice and see. This is the thing that I noticed. It says also share tab audio. So what this does, you want to make sure this is enabled. It should be by default, Julie. So let's say you have a video embedded in your Google Slides and you're sharing this tab. You want to make sure that that audio from that tab is also shared.
Okay.
So that's what I would say about that. Anything else, Julie?
No, I think I'm going to talk to you tomorrow about the stage. So yeah.
Okay.
I think this is
okay. Stephen? Can I stop sharing? Stephen, did you have a question?
Everything is not working. It's far too early. The camera's not working. The microphone wasn't working. Volunteering is
Yes.
so. Is there like a green room for the for the general sessions?
There is a presenters lounge, which is a green room for presenters, basically. And then there is a help lounge where people can come for help. And so, and they're listed under sessions. For volunteers, we have a schedule that everybody signed up for a session or two. And I'm sending out a reminder about it today. Cindy has put together a slide deck for who is volunteering at what hour that will be in the help lounge. And we want volunteers to come to the help lounge and check in with us, and then we'll tell them which sessions to go, check in on and make sure people are comfortable and ready to go. We don't have a ton of volunteers. We have a ton of people who signed up to volunteer, but who didn't necessarily follow the steps to book their times. And so that's why a reminder is going to go out with this. Last year, there are ways to set the session rooms. You can make them open or you can make them moderated, and making them moderated was a pain. Like it didn't make it very flexible in terms of having other people help, particularly. So we made the rooms all open this year because it just works better. And with moderators, or with volunteers who might help moderating, we want them to one thing they can do is help in the chat, in the event chat, and encourage people to go to different sessions. 2, they can help the presenter get set up if they have questions or are having issues. 3, they can alert me or somebody else if there's a problem that I need to come in and help. And 4, they're kind of checking to make sure people are in their rooms ready to go at their assigned time. Sometimes we have people that, we rarely don't have people just not show up. Usually there's some good reason why somebody doesn't show up. But we want to know if a session isn't going on or something like that. So, the moderators are kind of an extra, hand-holding for presenters to make sure things are going smoothly. If you want if you have a moderator that drops in and you want them to introduce you or something, you could have them do that, I'm sure, but typically we don't do that. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
Okay, but if I'm volunteering, say 9 to 10 or 10 to 11, and I see the links on the spreadsheet, would I click the same
Yes,
links
you
on
can
the
use
spreadsheet?
those. Yep, absolutely. Yep. You can go in either way.
Excellent. All right. Thank you
That's
very
great.
much. I'm going back to bed. I think it's wonderful.
Go
Thank
back
you.
Okay, sounds good. Effie, were you able to get your situation rectified? Okay, we'll work on that in a second. Martha, you emailed me about, are you all set with your presenters? Did they register and I added them? I can't remember.
I was just trying to figure out if they had registered. And one of them I'm a little worried about. I haven't heard from her
And
for
Claudia?
over a week. So I'm a little worried.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I'm worried about everything these days. Let's take a look. Let's go into the back end of the session. I'll show you and we can see what's going on. So you can see what it looks like from the other side of this. All right, where am I?
Sorry, she's calling me right now. So
Oh, good timing. Pick it
so
up.
okay.
And we'll check. I'll work on Effie's issues and then we'll come back to you. All
Okay,
right.
perfect.
All right. So Effie, I'm going to log
Are you
out.
there? Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to log out altogether. And then I'm going to go to the registration page.
Okay.
And Effie, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see how it says join event at the top?
Okay. Can I share my screen so you can see what I'm seeing?
In a minute, let me just show
Okay,
you. So you
sure.
click on join event, and then I'm going to log in with my personal email. And then I click on enter event again if I have to. And it authenticates me and I'm in. Okay. So, and then it's going to ask you to complete your registration potentially. Let me stop sharing and give you privileges, and then you can show me what you're doing. The other thing too was the time on your that you booked was 1300. And if you want to change it, you're more than welcome to, and I'll update your stuff. So go ahead, you can share.
There is no blue button to
Yeah,
log in. You can see.
Yeah, you need the email. You need to find that email, your email ticket.
All right. Now, what happens? Let me share one more. I seem to be logged in because when I go in buy a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work. I seem to be, I don't know if it works now.
Wait.
Yes, it is working. Like, give
So
me a
you-
second.
Okay, so you
Okay.
clicked on tickets. Okay.
So,
But
right. So
you
you
don't,
see, I'm logged in as MetaMathesis. I am logged in. I am signed in.
huh? Click on not you and see what happens.
Not
See if
you.
you can log out and log back in. And let's, and then we can also see if that's what you registered with too. I can double check that.
Everything comes to MetaMathesis, that email.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, all emails come there.
Okay.
It should be okay.
Yeah.
Continue to sign in. My password. So
Yeah.
I'm logged in. I'm signed
Yeah.
in again.
All right. Let me
Okay.
look at let me see what it looks like. Let me get logged back in as an admin. Yeah, it's frustrating.
It
Uh,
is. Well, there must be a reason and a solution, I'm sure.
yeah. And if we can't figure it out tonight, then you need to contact the tech support because they're
Okay.
gonna be able to do it
Okay. So
more.
that's the one.
They've seen everything. All right, hang on 2
Okay.
seconds. I'm looking at I'm getting back in. Okay, so people. Okay, so you actually used a different email address. You used this one.
Kirikakis.
This is the email address that you used. That's why it's not working. And there's a magic link that I can give you. Let's see if what happens when you click on that magic link.
All right.
You have to the trick is people have to click on to finish registration. Basically, you have to click on the email that you get when you register.
I don't know, that's strange because every all the emails, the confirmation emails come to MetaMathesis, but that one works. It seems to be working. Save.
Oh, good.
It seems to be working and I am logged in. Lovely. Thank you. You always have aces under your sleeve, Lucy.
Because
I've known that for a long time.
I think I know the platform pretty well now, but there's stuff that stymies me all the time. And one of the things I've been trying to do is I have registration also in Eventbrite, and there's a way to push registrations from Eventbrite through Zapier to hop in.
Zapier.
Oh my, I've learned so much technically from this whole thing. But one of the weird things about Hopin, so when I push a registration from Eventbrite over here, I have to send a magic link like this to people and say, make sure that you click on here to finish your registration or they don't get officially registered. So I've learned a lot since we started using Hopin a year ago.
Okay, about the time, is it the right time to talk about it, or because
Yeah,
it doesn't
I mean,
anybody else?
So what you need to do?
No, it doesn't work. I'm still there.
What happens?
Sorry. I went back to the spreadsheet and clicked on the room, the session link, and it still takes me to Glow 2000 to the registration page.
Did you click on this magic link and log in with that? Did I put in that for you?
I am logged in with that.
Okay, show me your screen.
Okay, let me go back. I'm sure. Let me share. Welcome. All right, let me share my screen with you. So when I click on the link you sent,
yeah,
this is what I get.
You're in.
Yes, I'm in. Yeah, I was in before. So, all right. So I go back to, I don't know if there is going to be a change in my slides as I change. And
In the spreadsheet, yeah.
yeah, I don't know if it, okay, let me stop sharing, go to the spreadsheet, then come back to you here. All right, here I am with the spreadsheet. Where are we? Empowered Women Educators. So I click on that. Can you see the
Yeah, I see it authenticating.
page? Yes, yes, all right, the page loading.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's taking longer this time.
Not, cross your fingers.
No.
All right. This is frustrating. Thank you, Stephen. Get some sleep. Gosh, I'm trying to think what else we can try here. I would keep this take this magic link and make sure that you copy and paste it somewhere. That's one thing I would do.
Yes, I've kept it.
And then I would I think probably the most efficient thing is to submit on the support page here, submit a ticket and say and explain the situation to them. And they'll probably be able to answer it more quickly.
All right.
I'm sure this is something to do with different accounts, but I don't know. I just don't know. Other than clearing your cache and logging out of everything and trying to log back in and seeing if that does it. This isn't, I don't remember this being a problem last year. So,
Okay.
and this is, you're not alone. There's been a couple others just, yeah. So.
You're learning.
Okay.
It's a learning curve.
No kidding. And then the time. So, the time thing is you can book me is where you go to you can cancel your reservation through the you can book me receipt that you got. And then for the 90-minute sessions, and I'm, Effie, I hope people are going to sign up for or going to.
They are.
Okay. All right.
We're bringing people in. That's the idea.
Okay.
I mean, we don't just want you to do it for us.
I'm working as hard as I can to get as many people in, and it's hard work. Okay, so here's where you go and you sign in, and let's see what is available. So it's 7 o'clock. There's still on the 13th, there's still, which is Central Time. It will show in your time zone when you look at this. And then there's still availability on the 14th as well.
Okay, can I, there is a mix up here because every confirmation we got is for 9 o'clock.
No, it's not.
We're also scheduled, we are in the, am I wrong?
Yes.
No.
So here, this is the receipt you got.
Yes, it says 9.
It says November 13th, 1 p.m. Central.
Is it possible that we booked 2? Wait a minute. Is it possible that we booked 2 different sessions? It doesn't make sense. I sent screenshots to you, Lucy. If you look at your email.
Okay.
I was just reading that ticket and it said Booker time 9. I don't know if that means like when it starts. There was just something else underneath there. So
the Booker time is you, the booker, that's your time zone.
Right. So that's what I was thinking. Is there confusion? Because I thought you said something about Greece.
Effie is in Greece. she booked it for Monday the 13th at 1 p.m. Central, which is at the bottom here, the same as Monday at 9 p.m.
Right.
Okay. So that's and so she emailed me earlier and said, how come I'm scheduled for, because I have the GMT times in the sheet. And she's like, I didn't book this for 1300. And according to my records, she did. So
Right.
she sent me another email here. And what you're looking at here, this is not your receipt. Effie, this is the schedule. That's 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. your time.
Yeah. So I am scheduled at 9 p.m.
Yes. This is not your receipt. See this green thing that comes from You Can Book Me? It's 1 p.m. my time. It's 9 p.m. your time, right here where it says your time.
All right. So if we're 9 p.m. our time, that's it. That's
okay. Okay, good. I was afraid I screwed up somehow. So
it doesn't match with well, to my mind, it doesn't match with a spreadsheet word because GMT.
It does.
Okay, GMT 1, GMT 13.
GM13 is GMT 1300 for me is 1 o'clock.
Okay, never mind. So we're scheduled for 9 o'clock Greek time, right?
Yes, and I put in time and date
fine.
here. So
Fine. That's what I want.
Okay, good. Okay.
Let's find common ground here. So
good,
right.
good. Okay.
You've got a lot on your head. You've got a lot on your head. So I'll contact the help desk for the login issue. We are 1 hour and 30 minutes and I hope it works. So everybody can be co-host and visit breakout rooms. Is that right?
They should be able to.
Okay, so more or less, looks like Zoom.
Yeah, let's look at the help documentation and see if there's a specific article on managing breakout rooms, because there's a lot of good.
I read it. I read everything. I did my homework, but it doesn't say anything about. At least I didn't see it. Or
you know what? If you want to double check when you submit your help ticket, ask that as well, and they should be able to do it.
I will. Good. So that's all for me. Okay. You are amazing, and you've always been.
Thank you.
Big thing, Lucy. Wow. Hat off.
I'm just. You all are amazing, and I miss the collaborative spirit that was. I felt like you've been part of this for a long time, Effie.
Yeah.
Back in 2010 when we started doing the Global Education Conference, there was a lot more enthusiasm about this sort of thing, and particularly because the pandemic, everybody's been kind of like blah, and I'm hoping to revive that. It's so I'm going to keep trying and get as many people in there to support you guys this week or next week. Sorry.
Well, back in 2010, it was the novelty of the thing.
Yeah.
It's completely new. Nobody else did. It was like, wow. Then we got used to it, too used to it, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes. I mean, it's more usual, but not such a big conference though. So
yeah, and the other piece is, a lot of people have moved on. People I know have retired. Ann Merchant is retired.
Oh yes, she has.
Yeah, and Julie Lindsay now works in higher education. So people, the people I'm used to seeing,
I'm gonna miss Anne as well.
It's a new crowd. It's a new crowd.
Yeah.
So
yeah, true.
All right, get some sleep, Effie. It's crazy late where you are.
Okay? It's 4 o'clock, 4:10 now.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Martha, how are you doing?
Thank you.
Anytime.
Apparently, I accidentally called her. So
but she didn't pick up.
Not calling me, and she did not pick up.
Okay, so let's look at the screen and good night, Cindy. Thank you for everything. Let's look at see who's registered and who hasn't. Okay. I need to get in the back end. Hang on. I have to log in. All right, so here we are. And I'm going to go to people, go to registrants. Okay, what are the two names again, Martha?
Segura and Romero.
How am I guess? How do you spell those? Sorry.
Segura. Oh, and she is registered, Kiri
Okay.
Segura.
Okay, so I can add her as a speaker. Okay, and the other person is Y.
No, Romero, Romero.
Patricia?
She is not, no.
Okay. So I spelled it correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, so not there.
No.
So let's go and add. So what I need from you is
Kei, yeah.
There we go. What I need from you, if you want me to complete her speaker profile, is her bio, and if website, Twitter, or LinkedIn, if you want to include that, it's totally optional. I'm just going to put in TBD and speaker in here, and then I'm going to add her to the schedule. And then when you get her picture, or you can have her email me her picture and bio, and I can throw it in there.
Okay.
And then the schedule, what's the name of your session? It's something with secondary teachers, right?
Transforming. I have it on my,
Here it is. Is this it?
yes.
Okay. And so I can go and add her. And so she's now added to your session. I'm not going to add her on the spreadsheet. If she knows your name of your session, she'll be fine. The link is in there. I don't need to add her name. This is another thing for me to do. I'll never get the last minute additions into that spreadsheet.
Okay. And actually all three of us are in the picture that I put on there.
Oh, so I could add it for all of you. Okay. You want me to do that?
Sure.
Okay. I have to remember if I may have not hung on to your picture right. I'll have to do that tomorrow. I have your picture in the call for proposals. And your link will be the same. And you may, make sure you get it in before the big day. And if you have any issues, let me know. I don't know what was going on with Effie's stuff. That was frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I definitely will try to get in. It's nice that tomorrow's a holiday here. I don't have to think about anything but this. So.
Oh, good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. And it'll be a whirlwind on Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
Help us spread the word. We send out. There's a flyer. That you can send to people and things like that. We'd love to see more people involved.
Well, I was happy to hear about the Facebook thing because I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So I will definitely put it out that way because that's where most of my teacher network is. So
yeah, I think so. Nobody's on Twitter anymore. Well, understandably, totally.
Right.
So, okay, let me know if you have any more questions, Martha, and I hope your colleague responds, because it's maybe something's going on. I don't know.
That's what I'm worried about.
Where does she live in Columbia?
Monteria.
The guy that helped me with the conference last year, and his Bill Rankin, his wife is helping this year. They live in Medellin, and they moved there last year. So and they seem to like it. So Columbia seems to be the place to go now.
Yes.
Anyway, have a good night.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for everything, Lucy.
Anytime. Thank you. And Sunita, do
Bye-bye.
you have any questions? Are you good? Okay, I assume that you're away from your computer. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.